Howdy folks, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So for today's video, we are going to be taking a look at what the Pillar of Autumn in Halo 2 looks like up close. So during the very first mission of Halo 2, the Heretic cutscene mission, there's a moment where Arbiter, before he becomes the Arbiter, is talking about the events of Halo 1, or actually the events of Halo Reach, where his fleet followed the Pillar of Autumn to the Halo Ring, and you see briefly the Pillar of Autumn flying quickly across the screen. Now, if you remember, like last year, like 7 months ago or so, I did a video about flying up close to the In Amber Clad in Halo 3 ODST, because most people probably think that the In Amber Clad was just some like little tiny low resolution blob in the distance, but if you actually flew up close to it, it's actually very detailed, and it's not a reused Forward Unto Dawn model either. Well, not entirely, but it actually says In Amber Clad on it, and Bungie actually put a lot of attention to detail in this cutscene on Halo 3 ODST. They added details to the frigate that nobody would ever have noticed. So that begs the question of, is it the same case in Halo 2? This is actually a question brought up in my Discord server, and a lot of people were talking about it a few days ago, I think. And I decided to take a closer look at the In Amber Clad. The Pillar of Autumn, to see if there's any such attention to detail like Bungie did in Halo 3 ODST. So here we have it. This is the Pillar of Autumn in the Heretic cutscene. So using a trainer on the original Xbox version, we can fly up close to it and fly around during this cutscene while pausing it, of course, and we could see all the details on it. So, one thing to note about this is that this is actually not the Pillar of Autumn. At least, in the story, it's meant to be, but it is actually not the actual physical Pillar of Autumn. This is the wrong class of ships. This is, according to Halo lore, a Marathon class cruiser, whereas the Pillar of Autumn is a Halcyon class cruiser. They both look similar, but there are some slight differences. So here we have the actual Pillar of Autumn on Halo Anniversary, and you can already see a lot of the major differences on it. Mostly towards the bottom you can see it has more larger guns on it. At least I think those are gun turrets. They could also be antennas or something. It has extra fins at the bottom. So that is what the Pillar of Autumn actually looks like. The Marathon class cruisers are missing a lot of those details. Of course, this model here is a lot lower detailed than the one in Halo Anniversary. Unfortunately, unlike in Halo 3 ODST, Bungie didn't make a extra detailed Pillar of Autumn model just for this one cutscene. They actually just reused the Marathon class cruisers from later in this cutscene when we switched to Cairo Station. But it's something you only see for a split second. So I guess at the time they didn't figure it was worth putting that much attention to detail in this cutscene. But what's interesting here is that we let the cutscene play. It actually has the engines keep flashing in the back. So the reason why it's flashing is because it's actually reusing this. So basically, this Marathon class cruiser here is basically reused in every cutscene where you see one. That flashing, if you remember at the end of Cairo Station, when that one cruiser gets shot by the Covenant beam, and then when Chief is flying by the back of its engines, you see the engines flashing. That flashing animation is the same as this flashing animation that you see here. It's just replaying that same animation. All the cutscenes that feature this kind of ship, they're all the exact same. Some might be larger, but they all play the exact same animation back and forth. They just timed that cutscene pretty well. So, as I said, later in the cutscene, that Marathon class cruiser that we see, that's supposed to be the Pillar of Autumn. That same model is basically reused throughout every cutscene that has a similar ship. So here we see the same ship again, and it's playing the same animation. It's just the back of it is always out of view, so you don't actually see it looping that engine flashing animation over and over again. So it's a little bit of a camera trick. And of course, in just a little quick thing with the other frigates here. They're all FFG 142, which is in fact the In Amber Clad that we also see in ODST. But every single frigate reuses that as well. So yeah, in Halo 2, Bungie wasn't as detailed, so to speak, about their cutscenes as they were in ODST. So unfortunately, we got an up close look of the Pillar of Autumn, but it's nothing special about it. But I guess what's interesting about it is that the back of it is just looping the same animation from the destroyed cruiser at the end of the Cairo Station mission cutscene. And every version of the shit that you see, they all use that, like I said. And we got two over here in the far back. So in a second, let's fly behind, and you'll see that they're all playing the same animation, just flashing it like the engine's just been destroyed. So it's an all-one package for the model, used for like all situations. Now, fortunately, in Halo 2 Anniversary, they actually did fix or made it the correct ship. But yeah, so there you have it. The Halo 2 Pillar of Autumn, unfortunately, is not as interesting as the Halo 3 ODST and Amber Clad, but it is interesting to note that it does have the looping animations behind it, even though the Heretic cutscene doesn't have that destroyed cruiser scene. But just a little interesting fun fact there. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like as always, and I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments. If there's anything else I'm going to check out, just feel free to let me know in the comments, or even on my Discord server. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.